Hey guys, so Henry's over here today. We just recorded a Q&A, and we were also just messing around doing some Petrus races earlier. Apparently Henry is like sub 20 with Petrus, which is weird.
I actually didn't know that until I tried.
Want to do some more races on camera?
Sure.
We're just going to go until I beat him so that I can just edit it and act like that was the only one we did. And now it's much later and Henry is gone, but that's alright because we had fun and we recorded a Q&A, and my camera's falling over. If there were any funny things that happened in the Q&A that I didn't include in the main video, I'll include them here. I don't know if there are though, because, to be honest, it was a pretty smooth Q&A recording. We just recorded stuff, and whatever we said, it seemed like most of it worked, and not too many funny outtakes. Most of it will make it to the main video. We fully explored some cubing methods, and including the one that we made up, or at least modified, Hexagonal Francisco. Here's a tutorial, and by tutorial I mean like sort of an outline of the steps. You actually kind of have to know some other method stuff in order to make this work, but you can look that up elsewhere. Anyway, let's get started. Step 1 is to build this hexagon. Now you can see it's a hexagon because it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, and it's basically just a rectangle plus 1 corner. Now, keep making sure that corner's on the correct side, because after this you're going to be using these wide R turns to do the rest of the solve. So you can do this by any sort of block building method. Keep in mind you don't have to expand it to a 2x2x3 or anything. You're just building this like one layer minus 2 pieces. Then you solve the E layer, and the way you do this is with some keyhole most of the time. You can do it any other way you want, but we're going to use keyhole because that's easiest. So what you do is you make use of these two spots so you can do R wide turns and U turns without messing up your hexagon. So you can do like R wide U R prime, R wide prime, and you don't mess up your hexagon. You can also do R U R prime. So what you're gonna do is, like, if you see an edge right here, this one needs to be in the E layer. It needs to be right there. So since it's connected to the center, you can do R wide U R wide prime to insert it. Go ahead and do that with all of them. Then like this one, same thing. And now for, oh, oops, I inserted that one to the wrong place. This one here needs to go there. This one here needs to go there. Now I should point out that if it's like this, where you have the non-matching colors right there, so this piece needs to go here, but it has the non-matching color, you can just insert it like you would a normal piece. The next step is corner orientation and inserting your last corner. There are a bunch of algorithms you would have to learn for this, but if you just want to use the beginner's version, you can go ahead and just take out your last edge, pair it up with your last corner, and insert it. So then you'll have this, you'll have basically a layer solve minus 1, and then just orient the corners. So basically just use roux edge orientation for that. And then you're left with a PLL, which you should already know, and then you're done. So to overview, step 1, build a hexagon. Step 2, add on to your hexagon the E layer, and you solve that using keyhole. Step 3, orient corners and insert your last corner. Then you use roux to insert your last edge and solve your final layer, solving your F2L, while also orienting your top edges, and then you're left with a PLL. And then you're done. Now you know how to use Hexagonal Francisco. If you don't understand that, I understand. It's kind of a complex method that uses some techniques that you might not really know about. If that's the case, come back and watch this after maybe you've tried to learn a few other methods. Like if you learn ZZ and roux and Petrus, then a lot more of that stuff will make sense to you. Hexagonal Francisco actually seems like it could be a really good method, like maybe a similar move count to CFOP, and it's just sort of a more interesting solve. I don't know, not that hard to look ahead with. You have a really fast E layer building, which is kind of like building your F2L, and then you just have 2 steps to finish if you learn all the algs, so it shouldn't be that many algs, and honestly, I think it's a pretty good method. I'm not going to learn it though, because I think ZZCT is better, but whatever, you know, it's still pretty good. It is less algorithms than ZZCT, probably. I haven't actually checked how many it is, but it's probably less. And come on, who wouldn't want to use Hexagonal Francisco? Anyway, yeah, that's today's vlog episode. I hope you could learn from that if you're like an advanced cuber who knows what I was talking about. Hopefully that gives you a good overview of the method. Maybe it wasn't clear at all. I don't know, not my fault. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.